So we've got Laurentine Bikoi, who is the Director of Investigation, Cameroon National Anti-Corruption Commission. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
Well, talking about anti-corruption, I know it's a big issue. Almost everywhere you turn, we're also focusing on that in this country. But from your perspective, you are Director of Investigation. What kind of cases do you have to deal with about fighting corruption?
Okay, when we talk about fighting corruption in Cameroon, it comes from the definition of corruption itself. It goes into embezzlement and then like bribery and all those stuffs. So we are on all those stuffs when I'm talking about corruption back home in Cameroon, because we have more than one structure in my land that are involved into fighting corruption. You have an institution, I think you have the same institution here, that is going only on fighting embezzlement, how the money, the funds of the government, the states, is being used and spent. And they have what we call follow the dollar mandate. This is the Supreme State Audit Office. And I have been working there for more than 20 years as a senior state auditor. So I was deputizing. I was the second in the rank of because that structure has also a unit where they can judge administratively embezzlement before sending it to the court. So I was one of the, we call it in French, adjoint, deputizing the permanent secretary there. So I stayed there when I came out of the School of Administration and Magistracy. That is when I was sent there specifically for that, because they select the best student from the school and those who have been doing well. And then the presidency in those days was asking for the best student. That is how I landed into that structure. And I've been working there for many, many years. Then they created, after Cameroon and many other African countries have signed this Convention of Merida on anti-corruption, United Nations Convention against corruption. So after that, Cameroon has created another structure whose mandate, the mission is still the same, fighting corruption. But the mandate of that structure, in which I'm working now and leading investigation, is like covering all the other aspects of fight against corruption, embezzlement, bribery, fraud, all the areas of corruption.
So how many agencies do you have fighting corruption?
In Cameroon, we have like four major agencies, 4 or 5. We have the Supreme State Audit Office I was talking about. We have one ministry that is only dealing with public contracts. And we have the audit kind of like audit bench. And we have the National Anti-Corruption Commission. And we have the National Investigation Agency, which goes into money laundering. So the National Anti-Corruption Commission, in which I am now, is like touching into all those areas. But when they need, like, let's say, more time into, let's say, investigation on money laundering, they can send a file to that structure, or they work with all those structures, but they are monitoring and also doing into it.
Just wondering though, how easy is it to fight corruption in Cameroon? Is it easy?
Okay, I have worked all around the world. Yeah. There is no place where fighting corruption is easy. I have worked in the West, and on the account of my land as a senior state auditor, I have carried out audits like I was working with the forensic unit in the Office of the Auditor General of Canada, while I was specializing in governance and comprehensive audit and forensic, stuff like that. and also the US and Korea and many other places. And I've come to find out that whether Africa, whether the Western countries, there is no place in the world where it will be easy to fight corruption, because the corrupt person, the person who is making fraud, is not a child. He's smart. He thinks about how he's going to do this next coup. So it is difficult all over. Even in Cameroon, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Do you have any major political figure behind bars?
Oh, that's what I can say, Cameroon. I can allow myself to say that Cameroon is in the forefront of fighting corruption, talking about major political figures behind the bars, because in Cameroon since a couple of years now, 2005, 2006, there have been after ministers, even prime minister, and till date, two former Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, and many ministers. A couple of them are behind bars, but they are not like they came and picked them up from their seats. But anyhow, that's not where we're going to. But I just want you to know that and that is the strength of Cameroon. When they know, when they have proofs, evidences, like, you know, in my experience and what I have seen in files and so on, those people who are behind bars, they have evidences against them.
But how easy is it? Sorry, Nyota, just how easy is it? You've walked in many places from what you've said. You've walked in the West, you've walked in Africa. What major difference would you say you saw between the West and Africa in terms of investigating and being able to prosecute cases?
Yes, I love the question. The main difference is, first, the investment of the state in the structures fighting corruption. You know, in the southern countries, and in Africa, for instance, at date, we don't have the same means. Like I was talking about the Anti-Corruption Commission now, it is just a young structure. It was created in 2006. So they have been like kind of building it up, and the means in all those structures. You know, in the West, we have very old countries, old democracies, with all that they have, like they have set in place like means to fight, but it is not like they are doing better than us. I mean, talking about Cameroon, I can say we are trying. The difference is the means we have on seat, and also and it's very important what I'm going to say. It is not only Cameroon. I can talk about Africa. The most important thing is around the auditor, the investigator. When we will have to understand that the main asset in the fight against corruption is the investigator himself, the auditor himself, then we go a long way. Because when I say the main investment, the core value, which means that an investigator, whether private or public, should understand that himself first has to be a lighthouse in every area. Let me tell you a story. When I was because it is after a top, very high rank selective, like can say, not only interview, but a long process of selective process that have been chosen to lead the investigations in the National Anti-Corruption Commission, which means that people from all those areas, because we have also the army, what I don't know what they call it here, army police or something like that.
Military police.
We call it gendarmerie in Cameroon. We have police, we have gendarme. We have all the senior state auditors. We have the magistrates. Like when they were starting the unit, the structure in which I am now, you needed to be top level, like I'm leading the investigations. I have the senior, the divisional commissioners. We work with colonels of that gendarme, what you call military police, and they selected also high-rank magistrates and senior rank of senior investigator, senior state auditor, which I am, and many commissioners of police and finance people, experts in finance, and in many all those areas. So to select people, or as I'm leading the investigation, how do you call it, division, directing the division, I had to have many of those, though I'm not police or whatever, but talking about all those other areas, finance and so on, and investigation, audit and so on, I needed to be specialized in all those areas because I've done all of them.
All right. Okay, we wish you all the best. Laurentine Bikoi is the Director of Investigations, Cameroon National Anti-Corruption Commission. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you, sir.
And we will be back in just a moment. Don't go away.